Get ready for the smackdown. Get ready for the smackdown. How you gonna react when you're put on your back now? 'Cause there's no turning back when you're facing the smackdown.
Hey guys, Mount Vernon Kid here, coming to you again. How's everybody doing? Next fight, guys, on the list. Uh, this was an interesting fight, as you saw in the beginning. This one was created by my good friend, my bro Deadpoolzilla. But guess what, guys? I actually got him with me to do this fight with me.
Hey everyone.
Yeah, so this is gonna be good. It's kind of fun because I did a fight with him not too long ago, and now we're gonna do his fight. And he puts the likes of Lex Luthor versus David Xanatos. Yeah, so I thought I said I got to do this for T. This was a good fight. T, how'd you come up with this fight in the first place?
I came up with it uh, because they're so similar in the first place. I mean, Xanatos in some ways you could say it's like the Lex Luthor, the Gargoyles universe. But on the other hand, he's kind of different. Like, I always considered him, now that I think about it, more like an evil Tony Stark.
Aha. And speaking of Xanatos, let's talk a little bit about Xanatos. So, T, continue what you were saying about Xanatos.
Xanatos, probably the Gargoyles' most infamous villain, and later on ally in the Goliath Chronicles. But later on down the road, from the Greg Weisman comic Gargoyles, we learned that he wasn't always on the up and up.
Okay.
Now, Xanatos, we've got to. Now, his armor, you guys are probably saying, well, his armor is a lot more inferior than Luthor's, but it's more about Xanatos' mind that's the real danger right there. I mean, Xanatos, I've hardly seen this guy lose his cool or, get so arrogant and full of himself. He knows how to manipulate people. He knows how to use everything to his advantage.
Okay. Exactly. Mind and uh, he pretty much gets what he wants in a way. Power is everything to him, and if without power in his way, nothing, he has nothing. This is the same guy that wants immortality, you know, and basically in his mind, growing old scares him. That's something that scares him. Growing old. I don't know why it scares him. Probably because he feels that he won't be remembered, but it scares him. Indeed, it really does. It scares him to death. He really just feels like that'll be it. But it's that mind that you really got to watch out for. He's very devious when it comes to plans and plots and all kinds of things. He is always, almost to me, it's almost like he's one step ahead of everybody. And that's his most dangerous, his mind, his genius. It's not always about bronze, people. It's brains. Most
Exactly.
Yeah. So next, we're gonna move on to his combatant in this, and his combatant is probably one of the most famous of Superman's rogues, and that's Lex Luthor. Lex is pretty much in a way similar to David Xanatos. I mean, he uses genius and to put a thorn in the last son of Krypton's mind and everything like that. I mean, T, go on, talk about Lex for a minute.
Oh man, what has Lex done in the time that he's been around? What has it done? Not only Superman, but the DC universe itself. That you can't say he's not a regular villain. Like, he's not someone who can be taken lightly. I mean, the dude. I mean, when he was president, he nearly turned all of the DC universe against Batman and Superman. And even today, he's still a big threat. Even in this relaunch, I wonder what they're. I mean, we saw him in Action Comics #1, but who knows what he's going to do in this new relaunch? I wonder what he's going to be up to.
Exactly. And can't forget, he was an Orange Lantern at one point, and that suited him very well.
Yeah, and that armor, he can go toe to toe with Superman any time of the day.
Yeah, let's talk about that armor. That armor is not just a fashion statement, people. It also has kryptonite in it, so that also basically has him on an even plane with Superman. We all know that is his Superman's one great weakness, and and it's kind of set. Think that with this armor, you would feel that Superman could just rip this armor apart, but it has very good durability. It has lasted against one of the most powerful in the Marvel DC universe. Excuse me.
Yeah. There's even fun fact. Even in Luthor's armor, I believe in the latest incarnation of Luthor's armor, it's supposed to have a bit of apocalypse technology in there.
So that's even more. So that in a way, it's magical as well. So yeah, you can understand why. And the bottom line, guys, it's about will and basically the mind. It's showing that these two guys, as being great adversaries for their opponents, they can take it to them on an even plane, but even go further than that with their great mind and skill. So definitely, it's a wake up call for both of their adversaries, Superman and Goliath, to show like, yeah, they're dangerous either way. But in terms of a battle between these two guys, this would be very interesting because to me, these guys are almost on an even plane in terms of genius and skill. It'll come down to whose armor is more greater, in a way. Who will one sort to dirty tactics? Because I mean, you got Lex is more of a brawler and not really much of a martial artist like David is. David has that martial arts background as well when he's in the suit. So it definitely plays a lot into it. I mean, T, how do you feel about this match?
I feel this fight is it's going to come down to who's going to let their ego get in the way. And of course, Luthor, he's going to think from the get-go that his armor is the superior one, which I'll agree. Luthor's armor is probably more superior to Xanatos's, but Xanatos knows how to, work everything to his advantage, like I said before. So I think Xanatos from the get-go is going to know that, hey, my armor is no match for Luthor's, but you know what I can do? I could probably hack it and shut down his armor from the inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the way. Ty just made up a good point, people. I mean, Lex definitely lets his ego. He has a big ego. I mean, both of these guys do, but I think Lex shows it more than David, and it's arrogance as well. So we leave it up to you guys to decide on who wins this fight. Lex Luthor or Xanatos. And other than that, guys, I just want to say thanks, T, for helping me out in this fight.
No problem.
And stay tuned, guys, for more, because there are more fights for T down the line. And other than that, guys, you know my slogan. You take care, and as always, you battle on.